What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vote. I pulled out some notes. Matter of fact, I just came back from the bank with some notes to make a new video. As always, thank you for the love and thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are a fan of Newsmatics, if you're a fan of paper currency, if you're just getting into the hobby of Newsmatics, stay rocking with me, stay rocking with the channel. Every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be making a new episode every week speaking about something different, or interesting within the realm of Newsmatics. If you have any questions, comments, or input, please put it down in the comment section. I read everything and I respond back as soon as possible. Throughout this episode, if I say something that isn't 100% accurate or is a little different from what you know, please let me know via the comments. I will go back, hit the books, and make sure that I have the right information moving forward. All right, with that being said, let's get into today's episode, which will be it'll be a scrap search. I gotta tell you, man, Newsmatics is a beautiful and interesting hobby and quite challenging. It is really, really challenging because I don't want to be repetitive. I don't want to be saying the same thing on different episodes. I don't want to just show you, oh, I got this note. I spent $1,000 for this note because of the serial numbers. Like, I want to make all my episodes interesting, entertaining, and educational. And I've been on a pretty good run, man. I've been making episodes every Tuesday for almost 2 years now. Now, without me being repetitive or boring and still being entertaining and educational, it's only so much I could really talk about in regards to Newsmatic without repetition coming into play, and I don't want to do that. So I think I may have to start reducing the number of episodes. So instead of every Tuesday, every other Tuesday, because there's only so much I could talk about. All right, more to follow. Okay, so we don't got too many notes, but it would be a scrap search. And that's a thin scrap. But this is what we are scrap searching. That's it. So this just came right from the bank. Now we don't got too many, but we got a couple. All right, so today we are scrap searching the $100 bill. And I believe I done scrap search every denomination from 1 up to 100. Now, the $100 bill was first created in 1862 as part of the United States paper currency system. Now, right here, you will see on the obverse an image of Benjamin Franklin. And his image has donned the $100 bill since the year 1914. Now, I am a huge fan of this design. I know there are more security features on this design to reduce counterfeiting, but I grew up with this design image right here, and that is the one that I like the most. And I got to tell you, it is becoming increasingly difficult finding small face notes or big face notes. Everything seems to be taken over with these big face colorized notes, as I call them. But that's just where we at, man. They do look cool. They are beautiful in design, and they are a lot more secure in regards to the reduction of counterfeiting. But like I said, man, I grew up with the old big face, correction, the old small head design. So that's my favorite. Now, like I said, on the obverse, you have Benjamin Franklin, and he is one of only two individuals that is on US currency that was never a United States president. The other individual is Alexander Hamilton. On the reverse, you have an image of Independence Hall, which is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it is also the location where the Declaration of Independence was signed. I made a previous episode speaking about all the images on the back of US currency, and there was a change, not a discrepancy. There was a change between the, zoom in a little bit, on the time on the newer face bills as opposed to the older notes. There was a time change. I forget exactly the difference, but the time changed from this image to this image. You can see it a little bit. I would say it looked like, I think it is like both hands are facing up that way, as if it's saying that it's maybe 11:55. In the older note, it looks as if it is like both arrows are pointing that way. But check out my previous episode, and I know for a fact that I spoke about that difference. All right, so scrap search time. Now, immediately just looking at these notes right here, there are no monochrome notes and there are no small face notes. So the only thing we could go for is a fancy serial number or a different or dual serial numbers. You won't find any web notes, bar notes, maybe stars. You could possibly find some star notes, or you could find some inking errors. So excuse my language. So I would do a quick look at the serial numbers on the obverse and then flip it over and see if I see any discrepancies with inking, over inking or lack of inking. So let's get into it. Okay, 14715065 there, nothing. Maybe a radar. If I get a radar, I'm gonna keep it. Or if I see dual serial numbers. Nothing really standing out within the first two notes. Nope. A 007 note is a keeper. Some people like 3/8. Me, no. Like the serial number really got to stand out to have me keep it. I don't do anything with tombstones, birthday notes, things like that. Repeaters. True binaries, a definite keeper. 007 notes, definite keepers. But if that was all like all threes, nah. Make solid. If I had a solid, I'll probably keep that one. Just nothing. Nothing thus far. This tree is not bearing any fruit. 4855635 4855635 negative again. 1383. No. Nah, I see nothing. Nothing as of yet. I'll tell you this much. These notes going right back to the bank. If y'all see something I'm not seeing, let me know. But by the time I get that information, these notes will be back in the Federal Reserve System. Nothing. Well, let's look at the back. Look at the reverse, just in case I see an issue with inking over or under. All right, so the famed Independence Hall. Been there a couple times. Well, outside of it, I never been inside of Independence Hall. So if you was actually there, so you would be like, I think there's like a street right here, and you're looking at Independence Hall. On this side of the street, on the right hand side, that is where the Liberty Bell is. And me and my wife and my daughter had the pleasure of going and actually seeing the Liberty Bell. So that was pretty cool. Okay, I see nothing in regards to the ink over here. These will not be lady notes because the two signatures of the two women only appears on the $1 denomination and the $5 denomination. The best you could find in regards to $100 bill is an inking error or a really gnarly serial number or a star note. But you ain't gonna get anything fancy in regards to a signature combination. So inking errors and serial numbers, that's all you got. Yeah, man, Newsmatics is definitely, if all these were star notes or all these was 007 notes, man, that would be a lot of money to just be collected. So I probably would keep the best of the best. But I am happy that I was able to do I ain't gonna say this is a decent scrap search, but it's more than 3 or 4 bills because these are the highest denominations that is currently printed in US currency. The highest of 7. So you got the $1 denomination, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100. So I'm pretty excited that I was able to do a $100 scrap search with just more than like 3 bills. Yeah, we all know, man, numismatics could be a very expensive hobby. Fun fact, the $100 denomination is the only denomination to have the numerical value 3 times on the reverse of the note and not 4. Traditionally, you will have it in the corners, but right here you only have it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So check this out. One, two, three, 4. One, two, three, 4. So yeah, that's it, man. No star notes, no fancy serial numbers, no inking over or under. So that's it. Fun fact. The 100 denomination was never printed in this currency type, i.e. silver certificate. It was the $100 bill was printed in the following currency types: Federal Reserve note, gold certificates, United States notes, and national currency, but never a red seal, never a blue seal silver certificate. Alrighty. That's it. That's all we got. And I'm telling you, man, it's getting harder and harder making good episodes that's worth your time. I do know and acknowledge that you are giving me your time, and I do not want to waste it by anything repetitive. So again, thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. And I don't know, man, I'm going to start making episodes maybe every other Tuesday. So for those episodes, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. And that's all we got for this one. Until next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.